Hello, this is Daniel from sound.headquarters.inc. In today's video, we are in collaboration with Signal Acoustics, and we are installing one of their room essentials packages in this beautiful drum room. And I'm going to show you step by step how we installed all of Signal Acoustics products. And I'm going to show you everything that comes along with getting a room essentials package from Signal. So here is the room that we are starting with. This is the room that would have been shared with Signal Acoustics before Signal Acoustics does all the diagnostics and determines exactly what needs to be installed in your room. And then they go about creating the full install plans, which you'll see here in a minute. And they recommend all of the products that you'll need to properly acoustically treat your room for your desired needs. So here's the package that you will receive with your room essentials package. It has the complete drawings, all of the installation specs and notes, exactly where everything needs to be. So my job as an installer is so much easier when I get on site for these jobs for Signal. Makes it a breeze. So right now we are just prepping the room. We're going around the room and getting all of our measurements set out. We're starting with this window wall. Here are the metal cleats that we will be using to mount all of the horizontal panels. There you can see the rear side of Signal Acoustics panels there, and we're just mounting that cleat on the rear side. And now we are measuring to the bottom of the cleat to make sure that we know exactly where we need to mark on the wall. So now we have our marking on the wall with the laser. According to the build sheet provided by Signal, we know the heights off the ground of everything, and we can start installing. Now these are getting screwed in with screw-in metal drywall anchors, and then the cleat just goes right in. Now for all of the vertical acoustic panels, we are using these French cleats provided by Signal. There's a little close-up of the drywall screws that we're using. And all of the vertical panels, Signal builds their French cleat into the actual structure of the panel. So that way the air gap is built into the panel, and the actual panel itself sits flush on the wall, and then you have left to right adjustability on that French cleat. So I'm just going through and screwing in the French cleat into the wall. I like to do a pilot hole that goes through the French cleat. That way I have my hole inside the French cleat and in the drywall, exactly where it needs to be in correspondence with that laser line. There you can see the back of the Signal panel and how that French cleat just slides right in. Now these are the thicker Hugo large panels. These are the bass trap, more broadband style panels, and they just simply slide right into that French cleat. And then you have that little bit of left to right adjustability to get your final fine tuning measurements dialed in all the way. So once we get that one up on that wall and just left to right of that window, that is it for that window wall. So now that wall is complete, we can move on to the other walls around the room. So working on this wall opposite the couch and the organ, this wall is getting 4 horizontal panels and 1 vertical panel right in the center. So I'm just getting that vertical panel first, since I already have my laser set up at the top there. Then I can just go around, follow the exact same steps with that metal cleat. Christian's going ahead and getting that horizontal panel placed right there beside the wall. And it's as simple as just following the build instructions and making sure that we put our drywall anchors in properly and making sure that everything is nice and secure, and following that laser level line to make sure that everything is nice and straight and in line with each other. Now we're getting this wall opposite the other wall that we just did on the organ and couch side, and the exact same spec, the 1 center panel and then the 4 horizontal panels. These are the smaller panels that are going on the doors. So we're using a smaller cleat because these panels are only about 15 inches wide. So we are just doing the exact same process where we're drilling a pilot hole through the French cleat and into where we want to mount it. And that gives us our holes in the cleat to correspond with the holes in the material that we're mounting to. Now we're getting ready for all of the ceiling cloud prep. We had all of the plans according to Signal's measurements, but it's very essential, especially in this room where we have very tight tolerances on the front row of clouds. There's only about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch gap between these clouds, so it's very essential that we got all these measurements correct. So here's the hardware that is mounting the clouds. It is those screw-in metal drywall anchors. those eyelet screw hooks, and then we have some locking quick links that connects the cloud to the anchoring hardware. So we just drill out for our drywall anchor, we screw in our drywall anchor, and then we screw in our screw hook, and then that hook is able to receive the locking quick link. So you can see we're just making sure that we have our laser spanning across the room. That way we know that all of our hardware is completely in line with each other and corresponding with each row of clouds. This is a very essential step. Highly recommend getting a laser level. You don't need any super fancy one, but having that laser really does make a massive difference when it comes to the fine tuning, and especially with ceiling installation. We want to make sure that we are as precise as possible because we don't have that left to right adjustability like we would on a French clean. These are the hardware covers that we just prepped prior to installing all the clouds, and now we can start hanging them. So Christian and I are just lifting this up into place. And the way that we like to do it with these tighter clearances, we like to get both of one long side lined up first. Then once that side is in, it's already supported, so it's easy for us to just swing up the opposite side and get those locking quick links put in. And we just simply thread the quick link down once it's already locked into the hardware. And of course, we just have the opposite side of like an opposite screw hook screwed into the rear side of the cloud, and we measure those out as per Signal's measurements, which is 2¼ inches from each corner. That we screw in those screw hooks on the opposite side of the cloud. So those screw hooks being into the wooden frame of the cloud is plenty strong, and those anchors screwed into the ceiling plenty strong to support the weight of these clouds. There you can see how tight the tolerances are. Very, very close, and it was very essential that we made sure that our measurements were spot on so that this all came together nicely. That one was giving me a hard time getting the quick link to get in there, but we got it. And last cloud for this row. And Signal and these clients decided on a really cool kind of gray and blue color scheme. Signal calls that color Opal, and was a really nice look to the finished product of the studio. These are some custom HVAC boxes that Signal made for these clients to help reduce some of the noise traveling through the HVAC system of the house. And I'm just putting on these diffuser plates on both of the HVAC boxes there before we get the final clouds installed. There's Chad from Signal helping me out as well. And there was Kate from Signal as well. Awesome team over there at Signal Acoustics. I'm so happy that they have brought me on board to be part of their installation team. We have so many amazing jobs coming up with Signal in the future, so please stay tuned. And here are some nice final glamour shots of the studio. Please enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more studio building and acoustics content. We got so much cool projects in the schedule for this year, so stay tuned for all of that. Feel free to email me if you have any questions or you would like to have a quote for your studio. And please reach out to Signal Acoustics if you are interested in one of their room essentials packages, or you're interested in any of the products that you see here in this video. Please reach out to Signal. They will get you sorted, and I would be happy to install it if it ends up being a job within the greater Toronto area or outside of there as well. Wherever you are, just contact us. We'll do our best to try to make something work out. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Daniel from sound.headquarters.inc. Peace out.